Good morning, viewers across the continent of Africa. Thank you very much for watching Punchline Africa Television, broadcasting from the Political Command Center in Nairobi today. I'm Dr. David Matsanga, your host of this show, Diplomatic Leaks, which comes straight right from Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria, where the final trial, the final bail decision will be made on the leader of the Biafran people, Nnamdi Kanu, and we shall be analyzing the situation in the country of Nigeria. What is going on? The state seems to have collapsed. The infrastructure seems to be bad. The fuel prices are high, and Nigeria produces crude oil. And one wonders how an African country, the third oil producer in OPEC, can lack petrol, can lack diesel. The queues are long, and yet there are countries that are landlocked, like Rwanda, where you don't find a queue at the petrol station. Is it the curse that Africa took over? Is it the curse that Africa has had? Is it the curse that our nations, is it the leadership? Is it the corruption that we have? Honestly, a state has collapsed. Kidnap, terrorism, bad politics, killings, a chief justice without documents. You saw him in as a chief justice of Republic of Nigeria when he has told you that his documents were eaten by termite. Surely, is this the Africa that we want? Our shows always defend Africa and expose where there is rot. Discuss where it is necessary. You can't talk about Pan-Africanism without talking about the bleeding of other people like the Biafran people. The bleeding of the people like Amazonians. The bleeding of the people in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The bleeding of the people in Somalia. The bleeding of the people in Ethiopia. The bleeding of the people in northern Mozambique, Cape Delgado, where thousands and thousands have been displaced. The suffering of the people of Libya. The suffering of the blacks in Morocco, crossing over to Mediterranean Sea to reach Europe. You can't discuss Africa and call it Africa without looking at those difficulties. The Nigerian state has collapsed. I have reasons to say so. I have no regrets to say so, because Buhari does not threaten me. He's a man at the end of the day. He goes to seek medical treatment outside Nigeria, yet he has a lot of dollars, huge amounts of money. He could have built a good hospital. Why does he go to Britain to hide there in Charing Cross Hospital to get the treatment? Nigeria, with a population of 220 million people, would be our solace, would be our country that we rely on as Africans. But it has become a laughing stock of the people of the world. You go to Dubai, you want to enter Dubai airport because of what has happened and the perception that the people from UAE have. They have drawn a line that Nigerians go that way, the rest of Africa this way. It's shameful. This state kills people. This state abducts people. This state dismembers people. Buhari is known for having attempted to abduct Umar Diko. I was in London. I was watching it all over the news. When the MI6 and MI5 discovered the body of a living man in a coffin, it was during the days of Buhari. A leopard does not lose its spots. That's an African Umofian clan saying. Those who know the literature of things fall apart, the grain of wheat no longer at ease. The books that I've read in the 70s will tell you that a leopard does not change its spots. It only changes eating habits. When it is old, it eats less. But when it is young, it eats 2 goats or 3 goats in the village. Viewers across the continent, if you want to join us, join us. Make your contribution, no insults. We don't entertain insults. We entertain a discussion. Is Nigeria a collapsed state? Abductions, killings, terrorism in the Maiduguri, the northern part of Nigeria, the Maiduguri area. There are no women there. Nobody is left. All the girls have been taken except a few men left. Is Nigeria another country where God comes, cries with tears, but the tears don't drop? If you hear of the kidnaps, hostage taking, the killings, the beheading of people, the army coming in to beat up people in southeastern Nigeria, the beating and the torture of the younger men because they support IPOB is what we condemn. And we shall continue condemning. We have no regrets, Mr. Buhari. Your home is not the only one where people can visit if there is eating to eat. You can't visit to eat. Then let the food be. But we shall not keep quiet about this, Your Excellency, Mr. Buhari. A few days ago, Mr. Buhari was in Rwanda, and he was asked a question. Why have you kept a man of British nationality in your jail without bail? He said no. He couldn't even, you could see from his face, I was watching to see his lips, how a liar can lie. How he can lie. And he was lying to the British Prime Minister about Nnamdi Kanu. The conditions of many prisoners, many journalists, many innocent people in Southeast, in Onitsha. I have several people in Onitsha who send me these reports. Some of them are raw videos of the army killing people, cutting people, beating them, tying younger men with their hands behind and rolling them on Land Rovers. Is this a country of human rights? If we don't speak now, who will speak for them? I'm not a Biafran. I am not. At least my father believed in Biafra. At least my country, Uganda. Most of you think I come from Kenya. My country, Uganda, fought for Biafra. My first president, Dr. Milton Obote, stood together with Nyerere, Kaunda, Emperor Haile Selassie, Nkrumah, and others. Not Nkrumah, because Nkrumah was overthrown already in 1965. There are Champongos and others. People stood for a better Biafra. It divided the Organization of African Unity. The first meeting of how I caught the eye from that age in 1967, when my father took me to Kampala, the capital city, to stay with my uncle to wait, because they were going in the Biafran summit, peace talks. Kampala, my country, was very significant in ending the war of 1967, where General Yakubu Gowon signed, who had killed, maimed slaughtered millions. And Ojukwu came to a round table. Hostilities stopped. But these hostilities stopped from 1967. We might have stopped the war, but we did not stop the undergrowth of democracy, the movement for a state called Biafra. We have not addressed it squarely and said, what is it? People have agitated for the democracy, for the independent state of Biafra. They have asked for a referendum. The cobbling of the entire Nigeria being put together as a big state, it is showing that the Berlin Conference of 1884, the governors, Captain Lugard and others, those who came to cobble the petitioning and the cutting of boundaries, lumping people, balkanizing states in Africa. The price is being paid now. Because across in Cameroon, you have Amazonians, English-speaking Amazonians demanding for a state after Paul Biya, 42 years in power, and lives in Switzerland. Have you imagined an Africa of this nature? A head of state who has sworn to be part and parcel of the Constitution of Republic of Cameroon, governs the state of Cameroon from Switzerland. What an Africa. Is it the Africa we want? When there is an official function, he flies with a jet from Switzerland to come and officially open and return. He doesn't live in Cameroon. But he remains the figurehead of Cameroon. Then why do you love Cameroon? Why do you stick on it when you live in Switzerland and you don't want to live and eat the food in Cameroon? The state of Africa has fragmented. If you want now to join us in this discussion, you can pin in, log in. Our numbers are 399. Get a pen, 399. I think production team can put them on the wall. Anybody who wants to join the discussion, I'm telling you, let's be sober as we wait for the correspondent from Abuja. I don't know whether you have got him online. He's coming, he's right around the court, two of them, because the other time the Nigerian police wanted to kill him. They arrested him, took his camera, and we witness. The number is 399 535 8320. That is the meeting place. Then the passcode is 503 670. You will be on the platform. We shall ask you questions. Already we have people who have joined us. We have Richard. Can you test your microphone, Richard?
Yes, sir. My microphone is working perfectly.
Yes,
and,
can you introduce yourself? People want to know. Of course, you can as well not tell us where you are because Buhari looks for everybody. I hope you are. Say where you are in the States. You are Richard, and which part of the state you come from. You can avoid that one because we also know once you mention your state, they will go and look for your photograph and find your brother. Let's now go, Richard, test the microphone. You are from where? Where are you based?
Yes, I'm in the United States of America, and I'm a PhD student here in the United States of America, working with the National Science Foundation here in the United States of America. And I've been in this struggle since 2005. In the Biafran agitation, I've been in that since 2005, and that was the first time I heard about Nnamdi Kanu, you know. And regarding the litigation that is going on here that is going on in Abuja today, I want to ask you a question. Do you think that Biafrans will get justice in a court that is presided by their enemies, by one Nigerian? Do you think so?
I don't think so. I have doubts. Richard, but for the sake of the pressure that we have put on Buhari, the courts have changed. Even we have the acting Chief Justice. Now the other Chief Justice who had no papers and whose papers were eaten by termite has gone away, was more or less a Sharia Chief Justice. He has gone away. We might have some justice. So let's wait and see today, because it's the ruling. The other time we were here, we did everything. They told us that they were going to come back. The defense lawyers were told to give reasons as to why they want bail. So the defense lawyers put in, we have been praying. Our prayers also work, but especially some prayers of people like us who have suffered equally, like Nnamdi Kanu. I've suffered for the rest 67 years. I'm 67 years, and out of that, 30 years, I've only been in my country. The rest 37 have been spent away from dictatorship. So I equally have been praying. When you join, please mute your machine. That is the guy from... So we have been praying, and some charges were dropped. So what they are holding on is a charge which is not even worth it. Because Buhari says he was insulting me from the foreign press in London. But all presidents in the world are insulted. The British Prime Minister himself is insulted by people. People call him stupid. But you don't arrest a person because he's simply saying you are not doing a good thing, democracy here. We must learn to be tolerant as Africans. So he's holding him over charges that are not. So to answer your question, Richard, we might not get the justice. There is no justice in that court, which is dominated by Buhari's men. But if there is justice, today is the day for us to see that there is nothing to stop an African to have any human being on planet Earth to have bail. There are governments in Africa now who have no political prisoners. My own country, Uganda, has no political prisoner anywhere held without a charge sheet. It has prisoners who are already charged. Either you stole the money or corruptly took the money, or you did this or that, but not a political prisoner because you're agitating for good work to be done. Besigye is committing, as the government says, is committing some crimes by walking over people's property. So we still have colonial laws that oppress us, but not political prisoners, like the way you had Abiola, Chief Abiola, the late, the way you have so many of those prisoners that Abacha had put in prison. So we don't have those. Most African countries have moved away from political detention, and they have remained with the legal detentions that come through the constitution. And Nigeria looks like it is one of those that is using the constitutional constitution to detain people that they disagree with, Richard. So your answer is as good as mine. We might not be able, but let's hope God will be there. He knows what he has prepared today. Yes. So thank you very much. I can see another gentleman has joined. Do you want to make any contribution? What is his name? Can you turn the...
Lucky Star.
Yeah. There's one from Abuja. Yes, sir. Do you want Douglas? Yes, you want to speak, sir. Can you now speak? You are in Abuja now?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. This is Lucky Star.
You are where?
I'm Lucky Star. I'm joining from Benin City.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you make your contribution, please? Thank you.
I don't really have any contribution to make for now. Let me just be listening and be learning from what other people will contribute to the meeting.
Okay, thank you very much. So mute your phone.
Yes, sir.
Then listen. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you for joining us. We are here to talk the truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you very much. Any other person who would like to speak now? Douglas Kirimi. What is your view?
Thank you, Dr. David Matanga and my co-panelists, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our viewers across the world, especially the Biafra nation across the world, the Igbo people, and all that. Dr. David, I believe that the Buhari administration has continued meeting difficulties and evils against Nnamdi Kanu on false accusations on secession and all that. He needs to be listened to. The Igbo people needs to be listened to. The Biafra people, the people who are advocating for the Biafra state should be listened to. It's about time the government of Nigeria, the federal government of Nigeria, listened to the problems of the Biafra people. And I believe in the first place, integrating the Biafra nation or state into the Federal Republic of Nigeria was a mistake. Biafra should have been left as a semi-autonomous region, Dr. David Matanga, a semi-autonomous region that can be able to do their own, be able to work for their own interest, public good, and welfare. And I believe that they shall be able to receive justice in the coming years, and the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu is illegal and does not represent a true face of a democratic Nigeria. We cannot be living in a democratic world or continue talking about democratic tendencies and also aspirations, how we want people to be free and all that, when Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of Biafrans, is not free. We need to be able to let the face of the Biafra people free, and so that we can be able to bring Nnamdi Kanu on the table, bring the federal government of Nigeria on the table, the leaders in Nigeria on the table, and have a discussion on the way forward. If the people of Biafra are demanding for a referendum to be able to secede from the federal government of Nigeria and have their own semi-autonomous region, so be it, Dr. David Matanga. If that is what is going to bring stability in Nigeria, people of Biafra should be given an opportunity, should be given their liberty to choose their own destiny. And those regions that have been able to join the federal arrangement that is in Nigeria today, as we know it today, have they not democratically chosen to do so? And for the people in Biafra, have they not chosen the path that they have chosen? They don't believe in one Nigeria. They believe that Nigeria is better when Nigeria people are given their own power to determine their destiny as a community, as a region, and especially the people of Biafra. There are people in Biafra who do not believe in one Nigeria. They believe in their own Biafra arrangement, all their own Biafra state. And it's about time these people are listened to. And I believe the amalgamation of Biafra into the FINDRO system, Dr. David Matanga, was a mistake in the first place. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Douglas. Are you on the screen? Okay. Now, okay, is it Radim? Are you Radim or? Yeah, you can go ahead, sir. Now, and you can go ahead. You are live. Tell us more. It's the question we are asking. As the state collapsed.
Yes. Good morning, Dr. Mazanga.
Yes.
Thank you. The truth there is that you and I, even the whole world, know that Nigeria is gone. But the problem we are having here is when we expect them to do the right thing without we, the people, that are facing the trauma, the killing, and the torture and kidnapping.
Hello?
So, I believe, before I ask you a question, I believe.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So, before I ask you a question, I believe
because
we have not risen up.
Don't ring me on my phone. Enter the Zoom. Enter the Zoom. We shall bring you on the platform, please. Yes, enter the Zoom. Because I can't be on the phone and then there's Zoom there. Enter the Zoom now. Do you know how to enter the Zoom? Yes, the password and the postcode. Enter that one. You will come on the platform. There are so many people here now. And yes, enter there. Then you can now express these views. Mr. Radim, go ahead now.
Thank you. So let me go straight to the question. Like I was saying, as a man who have the idea and the wisdom, who have been on media and they knows the system of politics and how things work, I want to ask two things. First is it wrong or is it going to be an offense to us if we reason up when these people refuse to release our leader? Because we all know, and the whole world know, that he committed no crime. When I say we reason up, like going after our politicians, the governors, who are bringing the military, who are giving the military the access to kidnap, to kill, and to do anything they want to do in our land. So is it wrong that if we reason up and go after these people, is the world going to have charges against us? Because the man they are holding captive committed no crime. He's only preaching a freedom for his people. So I want to ask that if there'll be any offense or anything crime against the people, like self-determination, which is the right of every human being. So the second question will be, is it nice, the question Boris Johnson asked the impostor, because that is not the real Buhari we know. In as much that they refuse to talk about that, they know the truth and they don't want to talk about it. So, is it nice, the question the Boris Johnson asked the imposter, that why and this and that, when him knew that the person that is asking this man about, it is his citizen? Because this man has no Nigeria passport. He has rejected everything about Nigeria. So why is Boris Johnson asking this man a such question when we have not seen any file or any news coming out from them that Nigeria should release their citizen, that this and this and that. We have nothing about them. So what do you think? Because the man that got this their citizen, that this and this and that. We have nothing about them. So what do you think? Because the man that got it.
Okay. Thank you very much. I have heard your question. First of all, I don't advocate for violence. And our station does not advocate for violence. So I wouldn't, Mr. Radim, I can't give you a direct answer on either go and do it, but I would tell you, don't do it.
My name's Ramsey, not Redeem, Ramsey. The name you're saying is just my phone, just my phone name, yeah.
Is Ramsey. Okay.
Ramsey. Yeah.
Mr. Ramsey, I cannot tell you that go and pick up guns and go and fight, because it is against the international norms to advocate for violence. But having been in this situation for a long time, I want you to take my advice that the struggle, God does not forget. Mandela came out, is no more, is gone to the Creator. Idi Amin killed us. I started fighting in 1978, the man you are seeing here. That was the time when I picked AK-47 in 1978. And I was able to assemble it, put it back, and move on from Tanzania and go on fighting until we toppled Idi Amin. So in a struggle, you don't give up. However tough it is, but don't go for means that will consume you. Don't go to the place where you'll be consumed and you will have nothing, but we shall only be crying when you are gone. So I can't give you advice that go and rise up. But the situation, the way it is going, the state is losing power. Abductions, killings, kidnaps, terrorism, corruption. Now the prices of fuel and other food commodities, prices of commodities, of food, of living, the standard of living is so bad, has gone so high, you can't manage things. Anything could happen.
Exactly.
Yes, we have seen in so many military coups come up in Nigeria. You never know. I am not suggesting one is coming, but you never know. You have seen in West Africa, several states have now, Mali, they just came and removed the president. Burkina Faso, they came and removed the president. Guinea, Conakry, they came. Bissau, was it Bissau? Bissau came back. But Guinea, Conakry, they removed the president. Conde. So you can't rule out. But I cannot advocate and tell you direct answer on my television that go and pick up guns and fight. That will be against the spirit of the Pan-Africanism. And
I got it. I understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but the conditions, as you say, my brother, the conditions on the ground in Nigeria, even Buhari himself, where he knows in Abuja, where he's seated now, he knows the conditions are not very good. You cannot be a head of state and you hear your people being abducted. You hear your member of parliament has been cut off and the head was sent to the family. Surely, you cannot hear girls being abducted, taken for sex slaves by Boko Haram, by ISIS. You cannot be comfortable when those things are happening to your country. This is not the Nigeria that everybody wanted.
Dr. Mazanga, thank you. You know, we know that doesn't move Buhari because that has been his profession right from before. I think when I was a kid in 1980 something, he does a kidnapping. So in the way the whole thing is going, by his silence to the terrorism that they call bandits, which is a terrorist group, his silence shows that they are the one aiding them. So even this man, our leader, he was also kidnapped. So all these things does not move him because we don't really know the person inside there. We don't really know.
I think I understand your situation. And I would like to tell you that keep on fighting. Freedom is about to come. Politically, use a lot of lobby. Publish documents. Talk to us. Look at me. I've been here for 7 years. I've been publishing. I've been talking about Nigeria since 2016. 2016 is when I started talking about Nigeria and Abazonia and Gambia. Look at the way I'm the one. My television station overthrew Yahya because Yahya banned all television radio stations. I took a radio station to West Africa in Gambia. My correspondents were airing and Yahya could not know where it was coming from. Yahya is no more. So don't give up. In a struggle, you don't give up, but don't go violent. Don't become violent and kill people. The more, if you go violent, then people will die. More people will die.
That is not what I mean. That is not right by rising up. I mean popular uprising. We don't. It's not in our blood. We don't kill.
Okay, can you see? Can I tell you? Can I go to philosophy a bit? That a revolution has no timetable.
Exactly.
So let me have another person. Have I now told you what you are supposed to do? A revolution has no timetable.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm okay with that.
You can wake up. When General Aronzi, let me take you back. I understand your politics very well. Some of the younger people here on the platform might not know. General Aronzi did not know that he was going to overthrow a government in 1966. He was in his barracks and he found himself a temporary leader.
6.
Is it 66 or 67?
And he found himself a
Yeah, you can mute your radio. So General Aronzi, General Champong, look at Champong in Ghana. Champong and Nkrumah were relatives. But General Champong came down and threw out Kwame Nkrumah while he was away. These things have no timetable. They happen as the pain you are having right now is the pain God is seeing. God is seeing the pain. We didn't know that we could throw out Idi Amin and then make him run through the bushes and escape to Saudi Arabia. But today, Idi Amin is gone and we are here. So keep on talking, keep on giving views, keep on coming on platforms, and talking to people until sometime, somewhere, God will answer you. Yeah, thank you. Another person who wants to talk, I have Dr. Chukwuma.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Dr. Masanga.
Good morning. How are you, my brother?
I am good, thank you. How are you doing, sir?
I have been all the time African, and I've never changed.
That's amazing.
Yes.
I actually want to appreciate you once again for being there for those who cannot be able to speak for themselves, the Biafran people. Because after the last interview you did to the greatest leader in Africa, Nnamdi Kanu, and your name went in between, being rubbished and not being rubbished. And then people like us said, you should not be worried. We are people who are born to know God and to respect God. We are the Biafran people are the oldest democracy in the world, whether they like it or not. We are Asian people, and we know our right from our left. The only thing is that our people have, for all these years, been living into denial, inside or part of denial, which is Nigeria, that have denied our people the right to practice and know our culture. Those of our children who are 40 years old and those who are their early 50s, some of them don't know that Igbo tribe is one of the oldest tribes in the world, if not the oldest. And the things that are happening in Nigeria as it is today is something that Nnamdi Kanu in 2012, for those who have been listening to him, must have known that he saw it and he had been saying it. No prophet in the world saw this coming, that Nigeria will be worse than Somalia. There's no prophet in the world. And it may not sound well for many Nigerians who do not want to make reference with Nnamdi Kanu's name. They prefer to make reference with E.Y. Danjuma's name by saying that E.Y. Danjuma said that Nigeria will be worse than Somalia. But this was a statement Nnamdi Kanu made as at the time Nigerians were buying their petrol at 97 and 87 naira, which today they are buying. Let me use dollar.
Unmute.
Can somebody
Brother,
himself, please?
if you are joining us, unmute your phone.
So I'm going to use dollar for people who are not Nigerians, so that they could understand the trajectory and where we were 8 years ago and where we are today. As at 12-15 years ago, when Nnamdi Kanu was making this prophecy, saying these prophecies, the dollar exchange rate was then at 120, 130. Today, a dollar is almost 700 naira for you to get a dollar. And then you know that in some countries in Africa, their currencies are being, you buy a $200, they will wheel it on wheelbarrow and bring to you and tell you that the money you bought is down there under the stairs. Whenever you come down, you take it. Nobody steals that money because it's rubbish. That is where the so-called Nigeria giant of Africa is heading to. So people, they are just pretending. Nigeria has gotten to the last point of demolition. Either the Western world wants to help themselves, because when Nigeria explodes like egg, there will be enough people to die on the Mediterranean Sea. There will be enough people to kill in Morocco, as our people are being slaughtered in Morocco. That video, if you have the chance, please let people who have that Morocco video, which is going on now, let them share it to the world to see how black people, Nigerians and Biafran to be precise, who are running away from their own God-given land because of the Fulani terrorist organization that have entered Nigeria through the Sahel. They have pushed Nigerian people out of their own homeland. Nigerian world media does not want to cover all these atrocities going on in Nigeria. They are hiding away from the truth. CNN cannot come to cover Nigeria. BBC cannot come to cover Nigeria. Al Jazeera cannot come to cover Nigeria. The death that is happening in Nigeria is 20 times what is happening. I mean, what is happening in Ukraine, which the whole world is focusing. If they are having 100 people dying in Ukraine every day, what is dying in Nigeria every day is 10,000. The world don't want to say it. They are running away from the truth. But we are happy that Boris Johnson have finally, after pretending that he doesn't know Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen, he has managed in Rwanda, where a genocide of 1 million people is always celebrated. Biafra is suffering from genocide of more than 5 million people. And the world is hiding away from this shame, from this scandal. They don't want to make it a celebration, a remembrance for Biafran people. We are born into that suffer. There's nothing an Igbo man has not seen or Biafran person has not seen. We have seen the worst. We have seen what Israelites saw in the hands of Hitler. We saw it all. We grow with this pain, and nobody can take away our personality from us. We are all over the world doing very well. Medical doctors, engineers, pilots, in politics all over the world. But in Nigeria, the Igbo tribe doesn't count anything. We are not good in Nigerian politics. We are not good to be the army chief commander, the air force chief commander, the navy chief commander, the immigration commander. We are not good enough to be the president. Even now that the Biafran people have decided to boycott or to stay away from Nigerian election or Nigerian politics, one of the Igbo people that are interested, Peter Obi, if you follow the trend that is going on in Nigeria, you will see that he is the only person who is qualified to bring Nigeria out of this shambles that they are. But because of the shenanigans going on in that country, they are playing pranks, still wanting the Igbos to play a second fiddle in anything they want to do. They want a Fulani man to be a president, Igbo man will be a vice. How can you be a PhD holder, holding all the certificates in the world, and then you want somebody who did not go to school to be in the head while you are the vice? That is what we have been passing through. Ekwueme in his time was the vice president under Shagari. Shagari was a classroom teacher. Ekwueme was a PhD holder, but they forced him to be a vice president. Zeke, what with all his PhD, was ordinary ceremonial president under Tafawa Balewa. These are the trajectory. These are the trajectory which we have been passing through. And today we have gotten to a place where these killings and beheadings by the Fulani terrorist organization all over the world, all over Sahel, they have brought it into Nigeria. They have made Nigeria their safe haven. And then you can see that Igbos don't have the culture of cutting people's head. It's never in Igbo's culture. It's not our way of killing. It's not our way of eliminating people. But they have now made it to be something that the whole world, they cut people's head and then they say it is Igbo people, it is people fighting for Biafra. No! These Biafran people have been carrying flag in Nigeria, for 2012, 2013, ordinary flag, there was no cutlass, and they were being shot like animals. Al Jazeera has the video, BBC has the video, CNN has the video. The world knows about it, but the world are playing pranks. But I think the time has come for everybody to rise up. I want to thank you, Dr. Matanga. You have been very, very consistent. I do apologize and pray that you will continue to be consistent. Do not run away. Do not listen to those who are trying to bully you, making you to be as if you are siding Biafran people. You are standing where there is truth and where there is light. Light and darkness has no comparison. When light comes, darkness must have to fade away. The time has come for Africans to stand up. You have just made a good point that the president of Cameroon is leading Cameroon from Switzerland. Good and correct. That is Africa that we have. But the same thing is happening in Nigeria. The wife of Nigerian president is ruling women from Dubai. That's where she has been living for the past 5 years. She don't live in Nigeria. The wife of the president is living in Dubai. That is where she's living. And nobody talks about it. In Nigeria, it's a normal thing. But we are getting there gradually. Like you said, uprising and revolution has no date. Very soon, that uprising is coming. I thank you very much and keep up the good work you are doing. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chikwema, from wherever you were, because we don't want to say your location. Thank you very much. Let me bring in the Biafran child, gentleman. Take the microphone. Give it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Matanga, the Punchline African Television. My brother Matanga, I salute you and I greet you. I thank you for your good work that you have been doing for African people. Of course, I know you very well. We have been speaking on phone. We have already spoke before.
Yes.
And I am coming from IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu. We also have our platform. And I am here today to represent IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu. And my names are Mazi Okenna Okechukwu, known as the Biafran child, the general. Matanga, I thank you very much for this wonderful work that you are doing for African people. You are doing this work voluntarily, and that is most important that we have to understand, because those people that are receiving salary, they cannot do this job. And that is why we are here today. we are on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court proceeding. We don't know what is going to happen today, but we keep on praying to Chukwu Okike Abiama. Chukwu Okike Abiama means the God that created everything on this planet Earth, and nobody created him. This is who we worship. We don't worship idol. We don't pray for anything that is man-made, but we believe on the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Purimi Henine. Batanga, I want you to understand something. That one thing that we have to talk about first is that Nigeria have expired. That is something people don't even understand. That Nigeria have already expired. That amalgamation is already expired. That is the reason why you see today the wife of dead Buhari, because we keep on saying this without any missing words. Buhari have died in 2017. The man in Aso Rock is just a mask wearer. We keep on saying it and down the consequences, because we have already chosen this part. That on this Biafran restoration project, Biafra must come, or we keep on pushing, and we are not going to stop. You see, because we have already made up our mind that Biafra must come in our time. We have suffered a lot. That is why we are telling those people that find themselves in that contraption, because Nigeria is a contraption. Nigeria is a string name business for British people. We will say things the way it is. Because if we don't tell our people what is going on in that contraption, they won't understand. But the first thing that I want to say...
yes, my brother.
Yeah, please, you should mute your mic, please.
Mute your machine. Mute your phone if you are joining us. Yes, so, go ahead, sir.
So African Punch Line African Television, Mazi Matanga. I call you Mazi, and when I use that word Mazi, that means respect, because it have already been into our system that we don't know how to call anybody else apart from Mazi. So Mazi Matanga, I want to use my preamble as this, that our people should understand first that Nigeria have expired. That is why you are seeing all these shenanigans. That is why you see there is no hospital in that contraption. That is why you see no infrastructure. Because people are coming to grab as much as they can. Because nobody is Nigerian. Nigeria is not a nation. Nigeria was formed on fraud. The foundation of Nigeria was built on fraud. And the one thing is, like, some people are talking about presidency. We want to tell our people, being you a president that will emerge from the eastern region of Biafra or an entire land of Biafra, is not going to solve the problem of Nigeria, because Nigeria have expired. If you put a Biafra man or Igbo speaking Biafra there, it's not going to change anything. Because we also have to understand the 99 constitution of that damnable zoo called Nigeria have created by Fulani to empower Fulani, only Fulani alone. That is why Fulani can be able to come out bold and begin to tell you that they were born to rule. That is something that our people have to understand. There is no how Nigeria can be repaired. Nigeria is like a broken glass that have already been broken, that you cannot bring it back. Only what can save people in that contraption called damnable zoo Nigeria is disintegration of that contraption. If we want all this killing to stop, only to cease Nigeria to exist, let everybody go back to their land, how they were before the colonial people came. That is how we can be able to build our sovereignty and our motherland. And every person that find themselves, every indigenous people that find themselves in that contraption, like Yoruba Oduduwa, like Arewa people, also the Fulani, also because the money that Fulani have been stolen from that contraption, it is enough for them to set up also their own state. But because of the conquest that Fulani call holy war, Because some people don't even understand that Fulani have an agenda called conquest. And that conquest means holy war. They call it holy war. They are coming to take over your land by fire, by force. Whether you like it, whether you believe it, they have already made up their mind, because this is something that they have already planned for years ago. And they are now coming to unleash mayhem to people, to collect the land by force. You see what is going on today in Nigeria? And I also want to talk about the politicians. I mean the representative of the Biafran people. Because I want to let the world understand that these people that we call our elders and our politicians, they have already compromised. We are not going to work with these people. Just imagine, Matanga, that these people, these cowardice that we have in our land, called leaders, they were gallivanting all this while, saying they have been marginalized by Nigerian people, that they never be in position of presidency since Nigeria was amalgamated. And only chance they have to become a presidency, I'm calling it a presidency, it's not a mistake or it's not coincidence. It just, in Nigeria, there is nothing called president. There is a presidency, because it's not only one person. You may be there as a Dundee, I don't know how to put it in English, just sitting there, but you are doing nothing. There are some people behind you controlling you. That is why we call it a presidency. And do you know those idiots that we have in our land? I call them nincompoos. I call them charlatans, because these people can't even reason. Of course, I know we say things the way it is. Matanga, please allow me to talk to these people, because believe you me, they're supposed to know better. Why they knows nothing? They're supposed to know better, that they have to stand on their ground and always stand on their words. That makes a man. That makes a great person. But these people we have in our land are the people that are going to say something 12 o'clock in the night. Within 5 o'clock early in the morning, they have already changed. Begin to say it's their shadow that was speaking. They wasn't there. Now you begin to understand. So what I'm saying is this. Now they have given them a chance to gather themselves together. They couldn't even make a one person. They couldn't bring one person. But I am still on that being you a president coming from hinterland of Biafra, which is the Igbo people, can never solve the problem. There is no how Nigeria can be solved, because the amalgamation made it that way. Because Nigeria was formed by fraud, built by fraud. The foundation is fraud, and they have already been, Nigeria have collapsed. And I still go back to what I just said. Nigeria amalgamation have expired. That is why you see all this thing happening today. That is why they're trying to bring an Igbo presidency, so that they can be able to renew their treaty again. But we are saying to them, no. We want Biafra to come. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, the Ohamadike one of Biafra, the lie, the mirror that we, the Biafran people, used to see. Without Nnamdi Kanu, we are doomed. Without Nnamdi Kanu, they could have already taken over our land today. Without him, that is why I call him the Supreme. That is why I said he is the God that I'm seeing. He is our Messiah. Of course, a lot of people won't understand what we are talking about. Because of Nnamdi Kanu, they give these people, idiots we have in our land, a privilege to produce a president. But today, they are running away from their presidency. And do you know, Matanga, that these people adopted our leader? They kidnapped our leader because of this presidency. They were saying they were marginalized. But do you know that today, these people couldn't even put themselves in order? And they went to Kenya and kidnapped this man, an extraordinary rendition this man to that zoo called Nigeria. They put our leader in the hands of Fulani Janjaweed, Fulani with their jihadism, Wahhabism. People that are causing ethnic cleansing, they are coming with it. They will kill and maim. Whether our people like it or not, these people are not going to stop. These people have an agenda. That is what they call agenda, that these people have already prepared for years, because there's something wrong with our own people. Our people can't even absorb or understand or think or plan things in a long term. That is the problem we have. That is the reason why today Fulani people are used. Do you want to say something, Matanga?
Yes.
Yes. I should continue.
Thank you. Go on. We are getting ready. There are some activities around the court.
Yes.
So our correspondent,
yes,
is ready at the court. But as an elder of IPOB, I give you some 2 minutes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will still be here because I have to say a lot. I have been once on your platform. We have already spoken one time ago. You could also remember. So what I'm saying is this. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, was fighting for everybody, including the Fulanese. I remember when our leader was in Kuje prison, that was 2015/2017, before it was released, and the zoo called Nigeria with battalions and sophisticated weapon, assaulted rifle and fighter jets came to his compound to assassinate him. Nnamdi Kanu was speaking on behalf of Fulani so that they will be released. That to show you that our leader Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting only for Biafra to come, but is fighting for the whole Africa to be independent on their own. Matanga, as
yes,
you know that Africa is not contributing to the world GDP. You know that very
yes,
well. You are a journalist. You can testify on that, and you know that quite right, 100%. That is what this man is trying to do, so that some people, the world GDP or the world leaders, can also see us as people, knows that we can also control our resources. Up to date, they are thinking that we black people, we don't reason, we don't think. They will keep on controlling us. But that is what this man was fighting for. And some people in our land, they send his brothers, the representative of Igbo land, went to Kenya to pay some money so that this man can come back to that zoo called Nigeria. Now, the one they call Dead Bugari, the mask wearer, met with Boris Johnson. Recently, I think that was 3 days or 4 days ago. I don't know where they met themselves. I don't even know if Boris Johnson couldn't look the hand of that man that they have some conversation with. Or he couldn't ask the years of that man. The man was sitting in front of him. That is how they plan everything. They know what is going on. They don't care about our people if they are killing or maiming our people. They don't care because, believe you me, Matanga, they see us as animals. That is the reason why they don't care. They just want to, milk us and suck us dry. They don't care how many people dies. Look at a reverend father they kidnapped and killed recently, Father Christopher. Nobody is talking about this man. BBC is there, it's not talking about these people. But BBC will go out there and begin to dish out disinformation and misinformation to the world that we are causing problem to our people, while we are trying to give sense to our people for them to understand their right, what belongs to them, that they should fight for humanity to stand in Africa, because we all know there is no humanity in Africa. And that is what exactly our leader is fighting for, so that everyone can have a free speech. You can say anything that you want to say, that you think that is suitable to you to say, to tell people. But today, whatever we are saying, they say that we are using hate speech. We want them to go out there, as all of them have gathered, to kidnap our leader, because that was not arrest. All of them that gathered, that kidnapped our leader, they should return our leader back. They should gallant they should release our leader unconditional, because this man never committed any crime.
Okay.
He's just trying to
Thank
save
you.
him.
Thank you very much. I got the signal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on the line and wait.
I'm here, Mazi.
Yes.
I'm here, Mazi.
Hold. Thank you very much for those good words. The moment we have been waiting for is here. Our correspondent from Abuja in the capital city is now available, and we would like to talk to him. Shafat Lawson, good morning in Abuja.
Very good morning to the entire crew. I say good morning once again. This is Shafat Lawson, all the way from Abuja, Nigeria, bringing you updates of the proceedings, trial of the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu. So we are here gathered to know and to follow what would become of today's proceedings in the court of Justice Binta Nyako. Today was slated for the hearing and final ruling of the bail application of Nnamdi Kanu. So we hope that the sanctity of the jurisdiction of the law court would be followed today. And what is happening at the moment is the defendant, the IPOB leader, has arrived a few minutes ago. So we are following the trial, and the court has yet to start. That is the latest development.
So what is the mood? What is the mood outside today?
Well, I must say everywhere is quiet. Grave-like. Everywhere is grave-like. There is no assembly as usual, following what happened the last time on the 18th of May. And nothing is happening, no congregation of supporters for Thailand, that so many of them are somewhere, dispersed somewhere. But the polity is heated on the part of economic and social activities in the municipal, in Abuja. The traffic, social activities has been somewhat grounded. Everywhere is blocked as usual, courtesy of the security personnel. But on the side of the supporters of Nnamdi Kanu, there is no congregation for now. So we still hope that something auspicious would follow this trial in a couple of minutes.
Now, from the last time that we were there were some charges, because our listeners and the viewers who are in Nairobi, in Kenya, in Africa, Zimbabwe, we are on satellite that is beaming from Berlin. We would like to know, from the last time we were together, what has the charges that were dropped? Can you mention some charges that were dropped and which charge was left?
Yeah, recall that during the last adjourned date, sometime in April, the court quashed 8 of 15 count charge, remaining 7. But during the last proceeding, we learned that the prosecution did end or wanted to have amended the said count charge, the remaining 7. But the justice declined, saying that it is high time they stopped the incessant amendment and truncation of charges. So the charges remain. And what happened again during a couple of days ago, during the summit with leaders that was held in Kigali, Rwanda, we also followed the news where the president of Nigeria mentioned that Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader, might not be considered, to granting bail, that his bail might not be considered, following the happenings of 2017 that he, Kanu, jumped bail in court. But we all know, regarding the laws of Nigeria, the three tiers of government, the executive, the judiciary, and the legislative arm, all these are somewhat independent. So for the executive arm of government to decide or to play drums for the judiciary is something appalling in a democratic setting. The judiciary is, to all intents and purposes, independent and should be allowed to conduct whatever within the ambit of the law in their custody, on their stable. So we are hopeful and we believe somehow that the utterances of the executive, courtesy of the president, would not in any way, shape, or form affect what the judiciary would say, or the stance of the judiciary in this case of federal government of Nigeria versus IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, one of my last questions before I bring in some we listen to, and we leave you to watch, have a watchful eye there. The prices, the soaring high prices of commodities. I'm told there are queues and queues, longer queues of petrol. Is that true?
Oh, yes. I must say what is happening here in Abuja and its environs, it is not new anyway. There is a queue, or there are queues in different fuel stations. The commodity, the product PMS, the premium motor spirits, is somehow scarce. I wouldn't want to say there is an artificial scarcity somewhere, but on the other hand, what is happening all around the world, the conflict in Russia, and the global economic meltdown that has somehow affected the U.S. May not be far from what is happening here. But on the other hand, the money that should be used to purchase whatever commodity a citizen wants is nowhere near its value, supposedly. What I'm trying to say here is the purchasing power of the Naira is depreciating every day. So even if these products, the PMS, is in quantum, is ubiquitous everywhere, the common man in Nigeria cannot afford whatever they need as to live in their livelihood every day. So what is happening in Abuja and its environs started sometime in February, and the authorities had mentioned they would remove subsidy, and removing subsidy, on the other hand, would amount to high rise in the cost of the said product. Sometimes they said if, in quotes, they removed the subsidy that was slated by the authorities, that a liter of petrol, a liter of PMS might amount to 900 naira, as against 65 naira during the last administration of Goodluck Jonathan. So what is happening, I might bring to us, to showing us what, on the other hand, after this, the primary trial, why we are here, what is happening on the other end regarding the queue, regarding the sufferings of the common man in Nigeria. So that is the case. And I'm afraid to say it is not going to stop anytime soon, at least in this administration.
Okay. Thank you very much. We want to leave you to observe what is taking place in the courts and the situation, and just want to say be careful. That's all we can say. We are with you in prayers, and we shall wait for, because it looks like Buhari seem to have already decided on what they want to do. But all willing that we want the judge to pronounce himself on this matter today, then we people who are outside, we shall continue with quite a lot of pressure. Put on pressure and don't give up. All of you, don't give up on pressure. Put on pressure until it bursts, until we get what we want. That is my act of activism. I've never kept off. I have received so many threats, but I've never given up because I know at the end of the day, one day, and not threats because of Nigeria, but because of my own country. Don't forget, I'm also struggling for freedom so that people can return and have a discussion without violence. So, thank you very much, Shafat, and we shall keep watching. And the rest, I want to give you 1 minute each. And then Shafat, you'll be brought back by the studio, and you keep us updated. I'll join you from another studio where I'll be. But for now, you are still going to remain online. And you'll be the one giving us the update from inside. There are gentlemen, I'll give the Biafra child 1 minute to say, 1 minute exactly, because the satellite is giving us a warning, sir. 1 minute to say what you want to say, the message. Then we come back later on after the trial or the conclusion or the reading of the statement from the court and ask what has transpired out of the court. 1 minute, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mazi Matanga. Thank you very much, Punchline African Television.
And thank you very much for that new name.
Oh, Mazi, you mean Mazi Matanga. That means so. In English, that means so. So Matanga. So okay. Matanga. Mazi.
I hope now the production team here should call me the real name. Mazi Matanga.
Mazi Matanga. Mazi Matanga.
Yes, I will add there the title. I am supposed to be chief. I was going to go to Nigeria. Now I can't step there because Buhari will just eat me alive.
For sure. Let me go first to 1 minute that you gave to me, Mazi Matanga, yes. Punchline African Television. Thank you very much for your work you're doing. Like I said, I am from IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Like what I'm saying is this. I still go back to where I just started, when I just started this, giving my own speech, that Nigeria is already expired. And again, we are also on this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumping bail. Now you begin to understand that Buhari himself have already prepared the minds of people, what is going to be. And now what you have to begin to ask yourself, and I want the world to understand this because it's very, very important. If a president can decide what will happen in judiciary, what will happen in court of law, if you see in every world, in any country today, the president has nothing to do with the court. It's the court is going to decide. But Buhari himself have already decided. And there is another agenda that these people are pushing, which is Fulani people. They are pushing this agenda for our people to begin to call these people bandits. Our people have to understand that these people are not bandits. Anybody can be a bandit. A bandit means just a common criminal. These people are terrorists. Our people have to understand that they are terrorists. They are not bandits. Bandit is just a common criminal. They want to use bandits to justify their criminality and now begin to have some sympathy from the international community that these people are fine. They are just a criminal. We have to make sure that the world understand. These people have already have a position in the world. Number fourth most deadly organization in the whole wide world. They are terrorists. They are not bandits. They are terrorists. We have to understand, and our people have to understand that they are not bandits, they are terrorists. They are coming to kill and maim and destroy on the name of conquest called holy war. Mazi Matanga, I don't know if I still have my time to say something.
You will come back later on.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much for this time that you gave to me to speak on behalf of our people. I'm not Biafran spokesperson, but I have already chosen on this part that either Biafra or nothing. We don't want Igbo presidency. We don't want Yoruba presidency. We don't want Arewa presidency. We want every people to go back to their land. We want to go back to our roots. We want to go back to our ancestors to live the way we were living before they came to amalgamate that fraud called that damnable zoo. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you.
Nine African Television, Mazi Matanga. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that good new name, Mazi Matanga. Dr. Jikwamu.
Yes, Dr. Masanga.
1 minute.
Thank you very much for that opportunity once again. I am so proud to be part of this today. I am only trying to encourage the Biafran people, Nigerians and Africans at large, the world in general, to be there for the Biafran people, to be there for Nnamdi Kanu today. Let the world follow this court hearing. Let the world see how injustice is being elevated in Nigeria, and Nigerian people are living in denial. Let everyone follow the court proceedings, and let us all confirm that the Biafran people are people of peace, people of God, people who don't want problem, people who are asking honorably what belongs to them, what is shrined into the world, what do you call it? What is there for everyone to see that the right to have or to go into self-determination or referendum is not a privilege, it's a right. That is just what these people are asking for. Let the world follow the outcome of today's court sitting, and then we'll come back in the afternoon and see how it goes. Thank you very much for the opportunity. We'll be here waiting. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Reading.
Thank you, Mazi Mazanga.
Yes.
The great man. Thank you for the 1 minute. Let me correct. All my brothers have said a lot. They have said many good things about the whole thing that's going on in our land. And I really like to correct my brother, Biafran Child, calling these people like number 4th ranking the world terrorism. But if we must tell the truth, and if the world really want to observe what is going on, we understand that these people are number 1, because the kind of mayhem and massacre, the worst genocide is called massacre. Silent one is the worst, where the military, the ICC terrorism from Afghanistan and all over places, South Africa, they're all in Nigeria. All this prophecy, our leader has said it in the years back, and today is happening. Today they are going house to house, kidnapping our people while they were sleeping. They will kill them, and tomorrow the Zoom media, which is the one that are helping them to make sure that this killing continue, they will tag them, the innocent person that was sleeping, they will tag them and a terrorist, killing them just like that. So what is going on, these people are number 1. Because in the case of Afghanistan, we know how the situation is now. But all of those terrorism, both the one from Syria, they're all accommodated in Nigeria. We can see where they went to the correctional center to display their mayhem. The military will flee. Then after that, the military now will descend on innocent people. This is the worst genocide that's going on, and the world know this, but they keep quiet. You told me about depending on God. Yes, we know the God Almighty, Chukwu Kabiama. We know Him and we serve Him. And even the Word of God, the Bible said that heaven help those who help themselves. We cannot have our freedom by folding our hand. And that is why they went to the essence of kidnapping this man. And all of them are keeping quiet as if nothing is happening, because they want us to perish. They want these people to take over our land so that them will be the control of all the resources that are coming out from our land. In the kind of resources and oil and everything that is our land, it is greater. We have never seen the kind of blessings that, in fact, Africa have been a blessing to the whole world. But because these people are the evil, ruling this evil world, they don't want the will of God to be fulfilled. And if we must understand the truth that everybody wants to be free, because if these people eventually, God forbid, that their mission, that succeeded in these jihadists, they will surely take over all the Africa. This is the plan. But please, let our people remain resolute. Those that back home, those here in home, should remove fear out from their hearts, because these Western people, they got where they are today because of revolution. They all have a revolution in order for things to take place the way they're making us now to live and learn, everybody. So that is all I want to say. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, Maze Mazanga.
Thank you very much. My brother, thank you for the good words. And I thank you very much again. The gentleman by telephone, that is 106, Redim not.
I was the one that just spoke.
Oh, you are finished. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. I think if there is no other person, that is it. Whoever wants to speak, you put up your hand, but the time is out. I want to make a takeaway, then leave Shafat Lawson will be monitoring for us, and I will be on the other end of the studio to bring you in the next 30 to 40 minutes. By then, something would have happened. You remain on the wires. But first of all, let me do a takeaway. Takeaway. Viewers, takeaway. Viewers, Nigeria with a population of 220 million people, one of the biggest population in Africa, a population that would have served the African people equitably, a population that would have bought goods from other African countries, consumed the goods, a population that would have shown us direction as Africans of a smaller countries, a population that itself has been the center of civilization in the West African states. Nigeria descended on its own people. It started eating its own people. It started breaking down. It expired. From time to time since independence, the first time when General Aronzi came down and took over government, the death of the first prime minister or president of that country, Baba Tafawa Balewa, and others, this country has never had a smooth transition. Military coups upon military coups, experiences of people like Samni Abacha, Babangida, Obasanjo, Buhari, Abubakar, to mention Cheshu Segari, Abiola, These are leaders that have come out of this great nation. But the great nation remains a boiling pot of Africa because it does not accept internal democracy. It came to the conclusion and it came to an end in 1967. It ceased to be a state called Nigeria. It became a country with several states. One of the states that came out that wanted its own direction is apparently the biggest state, the biggest nation called Biafra. Most of us grew up knowing very well Biafra was a country, an origin of civilization. Most of us who had read the history of that nation understood it very well. Our founding fathers of the struggle against the colonial rule balkanized Nigeria into one state. The agreement was very clear, but it seems it has expired. It seems the dynamics, the current dynamics, point to a state that needs to go back to table and ask itself, is Nigeria a collapsed state? Yes. The answer is yes. Nigeria is a collapsed state and there is no state anymore because every day you wake up, you find people have been killed, people are missing, women are being raped, killed, defiled, children have been abducted from schools. The army has descended on killing people, taking them very late, very early in the mornings from their homes and slaughtering them, tying them on Land Rovers and driving them around the villages to show fear. The state has collapsed. Abductions, hostage, these are the words that you find in Nigeria. Bandits, terrorists, ISIS, Boko Haram, kidnappers, ransom, hostage. What a nation. A nation with capability to feed the entire West Africa, but it cannot feed. A nation with crude oil that can serve the entire Africa, but it lacks crude oil at the pump. How on earth did God create us to be part and parcel of this type of nations where you have crude oil, you export it, but you don't have petrol at the pump? Corruption. Corruption has made Nigeria collapse. The state has collapsed. The presidency is no more. It's just a figurehead and a dress code. Every conference we see a Buhari walking, well-dressed with sharp, long garbs. But we don't see any gist coming out of his contributions towards a better Africa. We only see the darker side of a Mr. Buhari. Or is he Buhari? Is the question. Most Nigerians say, and not me, but most Nigerians say he's not. That's why he cannot understand why the nation is collapsed. That's why the mice came back and ate all his chairs. An African saying from the clan where I come from. Once you are visited with mice that comes to eat your chairs, pack up and go. Because the next it is God himself going to visit you. If the mice eats you at night, you don't feel the pain until you walk in the dew in the morning going to the garden. Is when you feel you were bitten by a mice or a rat or rats that ate Buhari's president's office. How on earth could rats eat the president's office, which is well guarded? Well guarded. The rats couldn't eat his office? It's a very bad sign. If it had been in my country, we would have gone to seek God's guidance. But that state is the state of Nigeria. It's collapsed state. It has abducted people. It has rendated people. It goes into other people's states. It walks free and does whatever it wants. It goes and picks you up. For people who think that Buhari cannot pick you up, he picked Umar Diko. He picked Umar Diko from a country which has nuclear weapon with high intelligence. He was rescued at Stansted Airport with a plane ready to take Umar Diko back home. Is that the man that you think cannot pick anybody anywhere? He has a network that works, shadowy network that has brought us where we are. And we shall not keep quiet. We shall continue talking, and we shall talk. We shall lobby international community. Because the problem of Nigeria is not the judiciary, the judicial service. You can't solve Nigerian problem with judicial mechanism by arresting Nnamdi Kanu, detaining Nnamdi Kanu, rendating him, taking him a prisoner who doesn't change shirts, trousers, shoes. You can only solve the problem of Nigeria by constitutional political arrangement. That is the way, Mr. Buhari. Your term of office ends next year. Remember, you leave no legacy except misery. Thank you. I rest my case. So, thank you.